My name is Nurul Sarah Najwa.
Hi, my name is Anis Narisa binti Syairul Baki.
Hi, my name is Ahmad Amir Hakim bin Sulaiman.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Fakrazi bin Muhammad Nizam.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Fatin Syahira Tuniza binti Masnaura Haslenda.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Natasha Najwa binti Muhammad Saufi.
The ASEAN Economic Community, or known as AEC, is one of the pillars under the ASEAN community, which to attract foreign investors in establishing operations or trading in the ASEAN region. ASEAN Economic Community is established by the members of ASEAN in 2015. This is to create a single market and production base within the ASEAN region. With the existence of ASEAN Economic Community, it allows for the free movement of goods, services, skilled labor, and investment among the 10 ASEAN countries and facilitate more free flow of the capital. The factors of establishment of ASEAN Economic Community is firstly, the ASEAN regional economy is not competent enough to compete with the global economy. ASEAN have a lot of less developed and developing countries. Therefore, it is hard for them to catching up with other developed countries. Thus, by creating ASEAN Economic Community (AEC), they will be able to cooperate with one another in improving their economy in the region. For example, the establishment of ASEAN Free Trade Area, or known as AFTA, it is aimed to eliminate the tariffs and non-tariffs barrier among the ASEAN members. This elimination of tariff and non-tariff will be resulted in product price reductions throughout ASEAN, and this will encourage for higher market competition. Moreover, ASEAN Economic Community (AEC) will also help ASEAN countries products to gain access to a regional market that will make ASEAN integrated into a single market, which will be stronger and larger with a high population of ASEAN people.
The second factor is ASEAN members is less confident to be involved in the investment area. This is because they are not confident, they are less confident, especially for the poor and less developed countries such as Laos, Vietnam and Myanmar. They are less confident, they are afraid to involve in investment because they are afraid that other developed countries will take advantage towards their country if they are involved in the investments. Okay, why ASEAN Economic Community want ASEAN members country to be involved in investment? Because firstly, ASEAN country has abundant of natural resources. So through the investment, they can fully utilize their resources by investing and expand to other markets. Thus, it can generate more income of their country and also can attract more choices of product and goods. Second, it is to promoting the competitive advantage. When we talk about the competitive advantage, they can sharing their idea and knowledge, and then they can produce something, product that is unique, creative, and new. Thirdly, to increase the foreign direct investments. So through the investment, they can develop their economic. According to the ASEAN Investment Report, where the foreign direct investment from 2016 has increased to 2017 for the ASEAN members country. Next, through the AEC want to encourage the investment through the ASEAN Investment Area (AIA) that implemented in 1988. So through that, it can promote the regional integrations relationship.
Next is strict procedure in a trade market. Means that there is no facilitation to encourage and ease the process of import and export among the Southeast Asian states. Besides, before the ASEAN Economic Community, there is a high tariff for the import and export goods and services between the ASEAN members, which is around 65%. Plus, some of ASEAN states are still practicing the traditional trading principle, which is the state Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar and Vietnam, where it is contribute to the less network of trading. For example, establishment of ASEAN Free Trade Area, which is AFTA, introduced the Common Effective Preferential Tariff (CEPT) to reduce the high tariff, which is around 1.5% to 12% for goods that originated from the ASEAN members. Hence, indirectly, it can ease the process of import and export among the ASEAN members, and plus it can enhance the economic growth of the Southeast Asian country. Next is lack of skill labor, where the ASEAN Economic Community is the movement of a person that involved in a trade, goods, services and investment according to the country regulation. This is important for the economic development of the country because of the high number of workers can contribute to the high productivity. Hence, it can enhance the cooperation in fully utilize the resources among the ASEAN members. Indirectly, it can improvise the diplomatic relation between the ASEAN members. In addition, it will ease the development process for among the ASEAN members that have lack of expertise and experience in certain costs such as infrastructure and transportation. For example, cooperation between Malaysia and Indonesia in building highway in Indonesia through the Malaysian Expertise Company, which is the Plus Expressway International Berhad, where the company from Malaysia succeed the ideas of the Indonesia to build the first long highway in the country.
The first advantages of the ASEAN Economic Community towards the ASEAN member is the cross-border business opportunity. By establishing the ASEAN Economic Community, it will ease the procedures in doing business to other nations among ASEAN easily. By this, it will help the businesses to expand their economic integration from the various sectors to other ASEAN nations easily. As can be seen, the principle of the ASEAN Economic Community is to be more open, outward-looking, and inclusive, such as the market-free production base will help and encourage these entrepreneurs to expand their business since they can gain many advantages from that. For example, the free flow of goods will help the entrepreneur that own businesses to increase their production network among the ASEAN region, which they can also become the part of the global supply chain. As can be seen, when they are increasing in the cross-border business opportunity, this will eventually increase the economic cooperation among the ASEAN members nations. The second advantages of the economic community towards the ASEAN member are that the ASEAN Economic Community also helps in dispute resolution among the ASEAN nations. The ASEAN Economic Community has outlined some several regulations and standards in protecting the business in the country involved. By this, it will help to increase the cooperation and integration among the ASEAN nations, where dispute can be resolved in a peaceful meanings. The establishment of law will eventually help in protecting the investor from the ASEAN nation. For example, the free flow investment. Under the investment protection will help in protecting the investor under the comprehensive agreement. From this, the ASEAN Economic Community will give a full protection and security for those who involve in business among the ASEAN nations. And compensation will be given to business that are losses if they are found out or result from the strife. Hence, by having these protections and regulations and standard, it will eventually help the businesses to solve their disputes in a peaceful meaning such as bargaining or negotiation process.
Then, they can also promote and encourage cooperation among them, where they can exchange technologies, knowledge, and human force with regional members. This movement not only benefits to the government, but also to the private sector, where they could share the benefits of cooperation between the countries. Moreover, this can help all Asian member states by developing existing technologies in the country, by sending the latest technologies and experts to teach how to operate them. This kind of thing helps a lot of countries that have many manufacturing industries in the countries such as Indonesia, Vietnam, and Thailand. Thus, by promoting cooperation and exchange resources with other Asian member states, they could get benefit by promoting agriculture, food, and products, and it will help in introducing their local products to the international market. At the same time, by encouraging joint ventures among the Asian member states could lead to development in the Southeast Asian countries. And finally, by joining the Asian organization, they also get to develop the infrastructure in their country, which is Asian cooperation in the transport sector, information and communication technology (ICT) in the realization of the Asian community, and Asian tourism. Asian cooperation in the transport sector aims to create an efficient and integrated transport system to support the creation of the Asian Free Trade Area, or AFTA, and for the Asian to integrate with the global economy. Under the Asian Transport Action Plan (ATAP) 2005 and 2010, transport cooperation in Asia is focused, among others, on enhancing multimodal transport linkage and connectivity, promoting the smooth movement of people and goods, and promoting further liberalization in air transport and maritime services. Meanwhile, for the ICT, they aim to develop, strengthen, and increase competitiveness ICT sector in Asia, reduce the digital divide within each Asian member state and between Asian member states, promote cooperation between the public and private sectors in creating e-Asian, and promote trade liberalization of ICT products, ICT services, and investment to support e-Asian initiative. As for the tourism is an important sector for Asian member states, not only in terms of generating and distributing valuable foreign exchange earnings, but also a channel to showcase the diversity and richness of various cultures and societies in Southeast Asia. Despite the global economic slowdown in few past years, Asian tourism is still performing well and continues to grow.
First recommendation is improving economy to be connected within global area. The ASEAN is to play an important role in enhance the economy ASEAN members. The Southern Asia country need to provide more innovations of product. This is because with a good innovation that able to solve problem and people at large, it will easier for the product to enter the global market. In addition, each country in Southern Asia need to focus more on small entrepreneur. This is because usually all the entrepreneurs have unique ideas. The investment of government in them will give many benefits to the nations, especially in improving the economy. For example, Budu is a famous side dishes in Terengganu and Kelantan. So in Kelantan, they have one man named Ismail that owned the Budu business. On 2017, his product able to enter the global market because they get recognized from the China after he joined the 14th China ASEAN Expo known KISPO. Moreover, the product is very convenient since it is made in tube packaging, so it is easier for them to bring for travel. The uniqueness of taste also make the China people to want to consume the product. Second recommendation is improve transportation link and infrastructure between ASEAN countries. The transport facilities and the logistics services need to be maintained at least once a year. This is to make sure that there is no unexpected incident occur to people while using the transportation. Besides, in order to promote the transportation links between ASEAN countries, the transportation itself must be comfortable and safe to use. Furthermore, the more transportation links are built between countries, the easier it becomes for people to travel. For example, people can travel by bus, train or taxi from Malaysia to Singapore, Thailand or Indonesia. The good infrastructure is very important for each country in the Southeast Asia. This is because with a good infrastructure, it will give more benefit to the country, which they can govern their country smoothly. In addition, the improvement in transportation links and infrastructure will improving the region attractiveness as a single production, tourism and investment destination. As a result, the development between countries will be reduced. Furthermore, tourists and investors will attracted to the countries that have good infrastructures, for example, railways, highways, and also airports, where they can easy for them to move from one place to another.
In conclusions, AEC has bring many benefits and importance towards the ASEAN members countries. So through the AEC, it can promote the regional economic integration agenda in the ASEAN members.